Hello everyone, my name is Kim, welcome back to your regularly scheduled nonsense where today we are back with some more Rise of the Ronin. I hope you guys enjoyed the finale of Pacific Drive earlier today. Actually, funny story, right just before I'm recording this, so like maybe 9-10 minutes ago, at time of recording, which is about 7:20 p.m., I actually just finished the platinum for that game too. Really fun. Took me a bit. Took me a lot of grinding for it as well. But had a blast with it. Really happy to have played it, and really excited for potential future updates if they decide to put some in. Maybe some tweaking of some of the late game resource grind, as well as maybe some new story elements that could potentially show up. I don't know. I really don't know what they could really do with that game besides tweaking some of the late game grind things to make it a little bit more fair and not as difficult. We're gonna actually go get this zone completed today because I want to. That, and also honestly, just I don't see any reason not to right now. I kind of don't really want to focus too heavily on the story today. I'm just vibing, man, just vibing. So I do want to specify now that Pacific Drive is done, I don't know what's going to be replacing it. I don't know if anything as of right now will actually be replacing it. So I was thinking about doing Slime Rancher, but Slime Rancher 2, but I think that one is going to be more, I just want to do that in my own time. Number one, the game's still technically in early access, and I'd rather not play it if I know things might still change before long, you know, if things might change as I go further into it and stuff like that. I'd rather just kind of get to a point where I'm doing the definitive end build of the game. I'd rather have that be the way I do it. I set it up and everything like that and play it. So right now I am playing through it, kind of getting a little bit used to the story and the slight tweaks from the first game to the second game. Don't know if it's gonna ever come to the channel, but it might stream it occasionally just to have some fun and do something as a stream for a little bit. There's currently no trophies in it because it's in early access, which means I currently have no real like focus on doing 100% of the game. Not that I'm still gonna kind of be going around and doing probably most of, if not all of the things that the game offers me to do, because that's just the way I am with games anyway. But I will definitely be playing through it again at some point in the future regardless, just not gonna be on the channel. There are a few games coming out later this year that I can't really say I'm thinking about looking at, because I genuinely just don't know what I want to do for the channel going forward right now. Again, like I've said, the change in location, job, and everything like that is going to weigh really heavily on the future of what I do with the channel, and a big part of that is going to be trying to figure out a balance between work, between life, and between this channel. And this channel might end up blowing up. Who knows? This channel could blow up, and I could end up, you know, eating my words really heavily there.
Why don't you give it a try?
All right. Nope.
Come back if you check.
God damn it. I was trying to click it. I forgot I have to hold it up there. I don't like games that do that. Just let me click my fucking thing and keep it there. Compete for points by destroying floating targets while gliding. If you land on the ground anywhere outside of the goal, you'll be disqualified. The faster you reach the goal, the more points you'll earn. Okay, so I have 14,000 points is my goal. I might not be able to get this. And I just have to go through these targets. Oh fuck. This is gonna be tough, man. Okay, so there is those things that I can go to. I don't know if that was a smart idea or not, to be honest. Shit. No, it wasn't. Motherfucker. That was not the best way I could have gone for that, to be honest. So, how do I want to do this, then? Because clearly I want to try to hit as many of those targets as I can, because that's going to be a bonus. Because I think that's what I'm thinking right now, is in the long run, if I hit more targets... So here's my thinking. If I hit more targets, even if I take more time, my score should be higher, right? Solely because I'm hitting I'm hitting more of the targets than like if I just kind of went slowly or whatever, or if I went really fast, right? I can't hit that one, fuck. Okay, so that wasn't really the intended way to do it either. Oh fuck, I clicked the wrong thing.
Good job. Did you get a good feel for riding the winds?
Alright, let's try this one more time. I'm bad at gliding, apparently.
Riding here. Why don't you give it a try? Oh.
Alright, let's try this again. Maybe I can get it this time. Maybe I can not fuck up. Dude, it's just really tough to figure out what the best method is for this. There's so many opportunities for targets, but... So it looks like if I go this way, this is my, like, this is the intended path. It's figuring out what my best time is going to be on top of how many targets I can hit. And this got me 9. But I'm going to do this. I have a plan here. Because like I said, I'm assuming that if I hit more of the targets, that even if I take more time, that the target bonus is more worth it than getting this done faster. I would assume. No, fuck you, game. That's not what I was trying to do. It didn't fucking target to this one fast enough. Okay. So then there's that done. So then if we go this way... Because see, hitting those also boosts my, my stamina back up. So yeah, this would be my guess, is that the faster I go, the better, right? Or the more targets I hit, it's going to boost my score more. Because I hit all 15 targets. Winged Warrior. Yep, there we go. Boom. We got 15 targets, perfect. In a minute 17:48, and I got a 16,626 score. Beautiful.
Amazing. It's not...
Oh, thank you. I do my best. I try. I try my best. I got a new longbow. Okay. Got a treatise on dexterity. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it treatise? Treatise? I don't fucking know, man. Alright. Let's go to equipment. Let's go to inventory. Cause the treatise, whatever the fuck it's called, these are for me. The scrolls are the ones for other people. Damn, so many gift things that I just don't know what to give to people because I don't know who takes, like, who would be the best intended for each gift. If you guys are wondering why I'm still holding on to so fucking many of them, because I don't know who would be the best intended for each one. Hope that helps. So we have 2 dex points. We're going to use those to get the refill on medicinal pills up. Requires 4 for the next one. Damn. Okay. We also have 2 skill points. Okay. Let's see. Reduces damage taken by uncontrolled allies. Bump into certain townsfolk and press R1 at the right time to steal some money. Let's take upgraded allies. I think if I have reduced damage by an uncontrolled ally, that's going to be a good idea. Solely because of the fact that I'm not doing this game online at all. I'm not playing with other people. I'm just doing this solo, so none of the allies are going to be controlled, which means I can easily die from my allies. because they're not controlled. And apparently they can damage me. I didn't know that, actually. I haven't really used the allies enough to really find that out, is the funniest part, so. Is this where my first chest is? You're fucking kidding me. That's hilarious. Open this door. Don't know for sure if these are enemies or not over here. Doesn't look like it. Don't know where this cat is at. Don't know if this is a sleepy boy or if it's just a regular kitty. Just to be safe, I'm gonna sneak up on it. Look, it was a sleepy boy. Or girl. I'm gonna say, so I got asked this question recently. So under a video, I had somebody say, people are still playing this game, LOL, or something like that. Which, yeah, the game didn't come out that long ago. It only came out a few months ago, so yes, people are still playing this game. And then a couple other people asked a couple questions, like if this is, you know, like if this is similar to Ghost of Tsushima. It's kind of, but I would definitely go for Ghost over this. As somebody who doesn't really like Souls-like games all that much, this is more my speed. This is more something I enjoy. This, Jedi Survivor, those types of games where the Souls-like aspects are there, but they're not overpowering to where the game becomes unfun for people that don't really like Soulsborne games. It's really nice. For people who want probably a more Soulsborne experience, I would assume that Ghost of Tsushima is a lot closer to that. It's going to be more what you're looking for, more up to snuff and more up to speed with what you're going to be wanting. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Soulsborne fan. I never have been. Maybe I'll try Ghost of Tsushima at some point, but right now I have zero desire to. This game is kind of giving me that itch. I'm also playing Jedi Fallen Order right now, so that's also kind of the reason I'm not really about to go play Ghost. Like it's needed or anything like that. Like I'm currently playing through Jedi Fallen Order as well as this, so spoilers for potential you know, platinum stuff, by the way. Gonna be honest about that one too. Yeah, gonna be going for the platinum in that game. Currently just obviously, like I said, got Pacific Drive's platinum, which means we are at 151 for those of you who keep count. Which means I am nice solid 24 from the next video still. That was easy. That was really easy. That was mostly animals. There was like a couple of boars and then some wolves. Really, really easy public order restoring right there. Like damn, bro, that was a cakewalk compared to how some of those fights go. That was a cakewalk. Yeah, so yeah, it's not a bad game. And also I had somebody ask what the creaking was. My chair. My gaming chair it's not super old. It's held up fairly well for the amount of time that I've had it. The big reason it's getting so creaky. So first off, it's like a cheap $200 gaming chair from Amazon. It's not super like high tech or anything like that or fancy, and it's not very fucking comfortable. I'm going to be 100% honest. I can sit in this for a couple hours without feeling too much pain, but when I do a long gaming session, like with my boys, or if I'm, you know, just kind of chilling in this chair for a bit or doing a long recording session, yeah, it gets to be uncomfortable. A couple of those long streams I've done have gotten to the point where I'm sore as hell by the time I get up out of this chair. So it's not awful, but it's definitely not super comfortable either. And that does kind of weigh a little bit on this chair at the end of the day. Like it does kind of get to that point of I'm in this chair a lot throughout my day. So it kind of probably got used a little bit more than most gaming chairs get used at the end of the day, I guess. I don't know. So there was that, but also it got moved a lot. I moved it when I was at my old house when I first got it. I moved it around a bit. It moved from my living room to my bedroom a couple times, and you know, back and forth and stuff like that. And then I moved to a different house. And when I moved to that house, it's moved. Obviously, it had to go on, you know, in a vehicle, and it kind of got rocked around a little bit, and got, you know, some damage done to it during that. My cats jump on it all the time. My cats scratch it all the time. Things like that. And then also, just moving it from my bedroom to the game room and back and stuff just kind of gets to a point where the chair's taken a lot of wear and tear, probably a lot more moving than it needed to have, and it's in decent condition, but when I move around a lot, which I tend to do when I start getting uncomfortable, and a couple of videos ago was during a longer session of me sitting in the chair, it just gets to that point of, yeah, my chair is just kind of getting uncomfortable for me at this point. So that is why there was a lot of that is why, if you guys ever wonder why there's a lot of creaking, that is why. My chair is just kind of old, or not really old, but it's going through wear and tear. It's probably about 4 or 5 years old though, so it is kind of at that point where this chair is, even if I wasn't using it constantly, it'd probably be at that point where it's almost time for it to go bye-bye anyway, like where it's almost at the end of its life cycle of being utilized. But it still suits what it's doing now. I will say, when I do get rid of this chair and get a new one, for sure I am gonna just do a like nice ergonomic office chair that has really good back and lumbar support, because my back is already fucked up enough. I don't need it being worse. So that is the intention there. But yeah, all in all, the chair's not bad. It's just, you're gonna hear it creak a lot the more I move. So I try not to move too much when I record, but if you've been in a long gaming session ever, you know that you don't always have that ability to just sit there and sit still, especially when you start to get a little sore. And when you're in a chair that's uncomfortable, that's even worse. It gets a little bit quicker to the point where you're like, okay, yeah, this is starting to tire me the fuck out, and it's sore, and it's, you know, aggravating, and it's painful, and things like that. So, if you've ever wondered why there's a lot of creaking, that's why. Okay, ow. Ow. Okay, ow. Fuck you guys. Shit. Okay, ow. Let's do that. Shit. Get this guy taken out of here real quick. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, that's him dead. Heal. Really? Get your bitch ass out of here. Bro, there we go. Holy fuck. That was a pain in my balls, bro. That guy's an asshole. Alright, what are we still missing here? A chest that would, of course, be all the way up on the other side of the fucking game area, where I was already at earlier. Damn it. And then, yeah, you know, so I will say, right now, I don't know, like I said, I don't fully know what I want to put on the channel. I'm not putting horror on the channel as a series. I don't like recording horror games as a series. I'd rather do it as a stream. I like it a lot more. It feels more available for interaction. It feels more available for you guys to give me hints if I need it, which typically I don't need too many tips when doing it. And if I do, I can, you know, I'll probably just power through it by beating my head into a wall. Or if I really need it, I will literally just look up the hint really quick and figure out what it is and go from there. I tend to try not to do that if I don't have to, but yeah, it won't be a horror series, and not that there's anything coming out horror related that I'm really that interested in. Really, the only thing I can even say I'm kind of interested in is Silent Hill 2's remake, and even that isn't like super interesting to me, you know. I'm not gonna do anything on Xbox. I've mentioned this before. I don't really enjoy recording on Xbox. At least I didn't when the Xbox One was still the more prevalent Xbox console, because its recording setup, the way you had to record content, was really dumb, and I just didn't like it. It definitely added for more ability to edit my content, and do like a more edited playthrough rather than just a flat 30-minute sit down sort of thing like I normally do. But it still wasn't very fun. Not that there's anything coming exclusive to Xbox that I can't just get on my PlayStation right now. You know, like the only exclusives that are really interesting me are a year out still, like Indiana Jones and Perfect Dark's remake. It's about the only 2 Xbox games that are super like calling to me. And I guess Gears E-Day 2 is really exciting for me just because I'm a huge fucking Gears of War fan. But I'm not going to play that. Like, those aren't going to be played on the channel. It's not Gears. Gears is definitely not being played on the channel. I'll say that much right now. But there's a lot of games that are coming to Xbox as well that I'm kind of excited for, and looking at potentially getting myself my own Xbox Series at some point. I have no money for it right now, and I'm not about to go spend my money on stupid things that I don't fully need. Not saying that Xbox is stupid, more just that, you know, spending money on a video game console when I have bills to pay is not very smart. That's a stupid use of my money. But on top of that, continuing, PlayStation wise, as of right now, nothing that's coming out is like a high priority thing for me. It's not oh, I need to play this game right away, or oh, I need to do a series on this. The series that I was planning on for this year are at the point where I'm doing them, or they're, in the case of Pacific Drive, done. I have stuff I want to put on the channel, but it's more of I want to figure out what's coming up, what sounds fun for me to make content on, and stuff like that. Right now, I think I'm pretty set. I have Championship Scramble, I have Rise of Ronin. These are the 2 main things I wanted to put on the channel this year, along with Pacific Drive. So I really can't say, oh yeah, I need to for sure go do this other thing and get this game going, when right now I'm pretty set for content. I'm pretty comfortable with the way I'm set for content. So yeah, there is the aspect of I could add more, but it's really down to do I need to add more right now? And in my opinion, not really. I don't think adding another series is really going to help. Like, I have Grounded that I'm getting soon, but I'm not going to play that on the channel because I'm playing that with my friends. I'm getting Baldur's Gate 3 soon, but that game is, you know, at the point where I'll get it next month, it'll be like a year old, and or so. And while I could easily get that and do a series on that, I kind of really just want to be spending my time enjoying that game to myself. Like, that is a game where there is a certain aspect of, yeah, I could definitely play that on the series and enjoy it, or as a series and enjoy it, but I'd much rather just play that in my own time. You know, it's one of those games of, if I'm gonna play it, I want to play it by myself. I want to just sit there and enjoy my time with it, and not feel like I'm trying to rush myself through it or anything like that. I want to be able to enjoy that game to its fullest potential when I'm playing it. I don't want a game that feels like it's going on forever and ever and ever, which is kind of how Baldur's Gate as a series could easily be, because I'm a fucking RPG D&D nerd. Like, it wouldn't be that hard for me to set that up to actually have it go too far. Hey, big dude, what's up? How would you like some fire? Does that feel good? I hope so. I'm not going to be doing Black Ops 6 on the channel. I will say I've done COD games in the past. I just don't have a desire to do them again, because the stories tend to be really small and don't have a lot to them, which is exactly how World War II was when I did it, and that's the last one I did on the channel. Actually, it's the only COD I've done on the channel as a series. And yeah, like, there's an aspect of, yeah, I could probably do Black Ops 6's story on channel, but why should I? Why do a series that's gonna last a month and a half at most, 2 months and a half, 2.5 months at most, you know? When I could just sit there, play it day one, the day I get it, whatever, you know, play through it completely. Dude, this fucking guy. Hold up. Switch with the guy. Switch with the guy with the fucking razor claws that looks like he belongs in fucking goddamn Evil Within. or fucking Resident Evil or something. Fuck you, dude. Okay. Okay. Fuck you. Come here. Oh, never mind. You got him. Okay. So you. Heal. So yeah, I could obviously do COD. I will stream COD. I'll say that much right now. I'll definitely be streaming COD, probably with Alex when I stream it. Him and I really love doing zombies bingo and stuff against each other, so that sort of stuff will probably at some point happen with me and Alex, where I will play some COD with him. We will try to annoy the fuck out of each other while we play it too, because that's exactly what me and him do when we play COD and those types of games. But other than that, like, it's not going to be a, hey, this is a main series thing, or this is constantly on the channel sort of thing, because there's no real reason for it. It's not a game that, unfortunately, COD, as much as I love them and love the stories most of the time, it's not really a game that fits to a series. It's, I mean, it can be a nice mini-series, but it's not going to be, oh, hey, this lasted me like 7 months. Now, granted, that might change. I might end up wanting to stream it, or deciding to do something with it on the channel once it comes out, because it doesn't come out till October, so I still have time to really think if that's something I want to do. But considering where COD's been for the last couple of years, considering how the campaigns have been for the last couple of years, I'm not too thrilled about the idea of doing it, even if it is Black Ops and even if it is one of my favorite storylines in COD. I'm kind of sitting there like, do I really want to risk this game being dog shit and putting it on my channel for 11 weeks or so? It depends. They could end up doing it as less, honestly. It could be a shorter story. It could be a longer story. Black Ops Cold War was kind of a longer story, so I could definitely see 6 being a little bit lengthier. But at the same time, even if it is, I genuinely doubt it's going to be long enough to where it will last out of... It would probably finish before 2025 hit the calendar. Well, it does come out October 25th. I guess it could last a couple bit. It could last into the start of 2025. So it could technically last until the start of January 2025. But that's still a big if. That's if I'm only doing it one time a week, which I probably wouldn't be. I'd probably be doing it 2 or 3 times a week. Until it was done, or stream it until it's done. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything crazy or anything like that with it, where it's just, yeah, my focus solely right now is do what I can to get myself prepared and ready for a move, new job, and all this sort of stuff that I'm working towards right now in my personal life. And while I don't want to completely negate and neglect the channel is not my top priority right now, and that's more down to not having this as a job, having this as just a hobby, something I do occasionally for fun. That kind of comes down to the big point of it is, I'm not gonna sit here and try to make this game, or try to make it seem like I'm, you know, fucking Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or something where I need to be doing this every day. I don't. And this year has kind of more than ever, the last couple years have more than ever kind of put me to if I stop doing this, is it really going to be the worst thing in the world sort of mindset, and change from doing recorded content to mostly just live streams, and then see how that goes. And maybe if live streams don't work out, just being done with it completely. And I've been back and forth on that for a bit now, and I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't really mind just kind of being done with content creation for a bit and just kind of taking some time for myself. I'm nearly 26 years old. By the time this year ends, I'll be 26. And I've been doing this since basically 15, 16 years old, something like that, give or take. So I've been doing this for a while, so I don't know, man. It's one of those things of, if I decide to give this up, then it's probably the right choice. You know, at least for me at the time, it might be the right choice. And maybe Maybe in the future I'd try it again. Maybe in the future I'd decide to give it another crack. But genuinely right now, my focus is on where I need to go in my life and where my personal life needs to go, and less on a channel that, while it's fun to do, isn't necessarily something I need to do all the time. And that's fine. I'll say this right now. If you're a smaller creator and you're finding that whatever you're doing with content creation doesn't seem like it's 100% worth it and 100% the thing you need to be doing, that's fine. That's okay. It happens. Genuinely, the best thing for you is finding what you yourself find to be worth it and rewarding for you. And there are times where, don't get me wrong, I love creating content. I do. It is so much fun some days, and genuinely at the end of it, I feel better a lot of the time. There's shitty days where I come and I record a couple of videos and I feel a shitload better by the end of it. But there are days where, as a smaller creator, this is a fucking chore. And I know bigger creators feel that too. I'm not going to say they don't. I know full well they do. But I think as smaller creators, we have a unique kind of, we have a unique way to look at things because we don't rely on this for our income. Like, don't get me wrong, it'd be cool if I could do this as a job. It would. I'm gonna say it right now. I wouldn't complain if this was my job. I mean, there'd be days where I'd be burnt out, sure, but I'd get to stay home all the time. I'd get to spend time with my family and everything like that whenever I want. That's nice. That's a really nice fucking way to live your life, even if it's stressful some days. But at the end of the day, I really don't know sometimes. YouTube is... I'm stretching this longer because of the fact that I still have shit that I kind of want to get off my chest. YouTube, when I started it, was right after the adpocalypse. And that was when I started legitimately making content. It was right after PewDiePie did his whole Fiverr video that blew up the internet and made everyone lose their fucking minds for the last 12 years. And then, obviously, 19 happened. The vid happened. And it really kind of screwed up the way content creation was even more, because then there was more stuff that you're not allowed to say for whatever reason, you know? Like, even now, people are still unsure if they can say COVID on camera in a video without the threat of YouTube completely demonetizing it. And you know, that's stressful, man, to think, oh hey, this one tiny ass word from 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago, getting closer to 5 years ago now at this point, is still something that completely stops us from being able to monetize a video. Even, especially horror channels. That's the other reason I don't do horror games as a series on the channel anymore. Number one, Evil Within 2 didn't do very well. Granted, none of my videos do very well, but Evil Within 2 especially didn't do very well. And with the way YouTube is right now, even bigger horror channels like Dead Meat, Seasons of Old, and everything like that are having struggles to continue making their content without having to completely censor everything about it, which is just not fair to horror creators. It's really not. And that's why I'm like, I could easily do horror series. I love horror. It's one of my favorite fucking genres, but I'm not going to put myself at risk of pissing off YouTube even more in the situation by doing horror content constantly and having them think, oh, well, this guy just likes blood and gore and all this stuff. Like, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's all I want, and it doesn't mean that I should be punished for that. Genuinely, there is no reason to punish somebody for liking horror content at all. There's not. It's dumb. It's a very stupid way to set up a system of, hey, this is this person's livelihood. Oh, they like horror content though? Yeah, sorry, you're fucked. It's just a dumb way to fucking set up the system, and YouTube should know that by now. But they answer to the advertisers at the end of the day, and that kind of sucks. because then it forces us to answer the advertisers and to bend and fit into this mold of what they want us to be, which is not fair to creators who are very vastly different people when you boil it down to it. Yes, some guidelines might work for some people. Some guidelines are not going to work, but those guidelines aren't going to work for everyone. I think YouTube has a situation where the guidelines set by them and advertisers are not fairly taking into account the vast majority of content that is on this platform. And as somebody who has never been able to monetize, has had every last time where in the entire time I've been doing this, where there's been constant changes to the way ad revenue works, to the way everything in YouTube works, changing so constantly, so drastically all the time. It's not fair. It's not fair to small channels that are trying to start up, because it's harder for them to start up. It's harder for them to find this being the way to make their content. Now, I will say this. There's plenty of small channels that I do watch that started either after me, around the same time as me, that have blown up. And I'm not going to say they haven't. They make better content than I do. I'll fully admit that. I like a lo-fi style of I sit down, I record, I upload. That's my style. I like it. It's kind of ass, but I like it. I enjoy doing it. But it does definitely hinder my ability to grow. And I fully admit that. I will not deny that fact. But there's also still the fact of YouTube setting it up to where smaller creators will always have the harder time with changes to the way monetization works, with changes to the way guidelines work, with changes to the way getting advertisements work, and everything like that, and the way copyright and all this stuff works. Smaller channels are always going to also be affected by that, and it's going to be less noticed than when a big channel, like, don't get me wrong, I love Dead Meat and I feel for James when they get hit with copyright or when they get hit with age restrictions and things like that. I do. But for a small channel, if I got hit with that, that's his livelihood that's getting fucked up. That's the livelihood of his workers getting fucked up and things like that. And he's a big voice who can actually fight that back. But a small channel, you're not going to fight that. You can't fight that. The minute you try to, they're just going to be like, oh, who cares? And I know, because I've gone through that, where I've been copyrighted for things that bigger channels doing the same content didn't get hit for. And it got to a point where I literally was at a breaking point of, I don't want to do this anymore. Because I saw that negative outlook of, this is not a fair treatment between small channels and larger channels. And when I say small channels, I don't even mean like, less than a couple hundred subscribers. I mean less than a couple 100,000 subscribers are being treated this way. I mean less than, a couple, like less than 50,000 subscribers are being treated this way. You know what I mean? It's such a disheartening way to do this when this was a career that a lot of kids who didn't know what they wanted to do in their life, including me, really, really struck to and were really putting thought into this and giving this the option. And now it's, oh yeah, you want to do this as a career? Well, sorry, YouTube doesn't really care that you want to do this as a career. YouTube doesn't really care that you want to try to make a livelihood on their platform. Twitch doesn't care that you want to make a livelihood on their platform. They're too busy picking and choosing who gets punished and when and for what and how long and how severe. None of the other sites ever last. Fucking the one Microsoft didn't last. Kick is a fucking cesspool of terrible fucking people. There was the other one that Microsoft ended up buying out that I can't fucking remember. YouTube streaming is not very good. At least I think. Am I thinking? Maybe I'm just thinking. Oh, Mixer. Mixer, that's the one I'm thinking of. Mixer, and then Twitch got kind of partnered with Microsoft to a dumb degree, and it's just stupid. Everything with content creation is just at this point where if you're not somebody who's already doing it, there's not much future for you, I feel like, and that kind of sucks. And even for the people who are doing it, you can see more and more of them starting to retire. You can see more and more of them starting to get to that point where they just have reached their limit. They don't want to be sitting in a situation where they have to constantly change and pick and choose what they're going to do and how they're going to do it to, appeal and appease YouTube overlords and the algorithm to try to make sure that they can continue to make money, to pay their bills, to pay their employees, so their employees can pay their bills and things like that. And it's at that point where, think about it this way, man. MatPat's retired. Tom Scott retired. You know, all these big channels are retiring. You know, you have Captain Sparkles taking a massive step away from his main channel and moving solely more to his secondary channel. You have, most likely, within probably the next couple of years, I wouldn't be surprised, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier deciding to hang it up. Because here's the thing. They've both gotten a lot of outside of YouTube revenue going. Markiplier's making a movie. Jacksepticeye has his coffee company. You know, all these things that are an easy way for them to make and continue to have revenue outside of YouTube, knowing that the space for YouTube is so set in a way that it's changing all the time, and that's not a good thing all the time. Yes, change is good to a degree, but if you're changing constantly to the point where people don't know what is going to get them in trouble and what's going to be okay on the platform, that's not a good thing. That's a very not good thing, to be in a situation where your creators, the people that are making you money as well, because remember, YouTube as a business, they also make money off of the ad revenue that you have on your videos. The advertisers that choose to make money on their platform also pay YouTube. You know, you're not the only person getting paid for those ads. YouTube also in some way gets paid for those. And like, that's fine, you know, to be in a situation where, hey, it's being set up in a certain way and all that, but there has to come a point where their bottom line is being ruined by the fact that the bottom line of the creators is being ruined. Because at the end of the day, if all you have is corporations, you're not making that much money, because most of those corporations are probably already being paid for the advertisement outside of YouTube. YouTube's seeing less of that money because they're not like, look at it this way. Let's say The Daily Show puts a clip on YouTube with an ad midway through for some sort of medicine. That ad, while it's approved by YouTube, was probably struck as a specific deal by them, between the company who makes the medicine and The Daily Show, to be put on their YouTube video, on their clip of their show on YouTube, rather than by them going through YouTube. Now, granted, I don't know, maybe that's not the way it works. I really genuinely don't know if they're able to do that or not, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's a way for them to get around going through YouTube, because at the end of the day, YouTube in that situation is the middleman. Plain and simple. They are. And the more they change the way advertisement works, the harder it's going to be for anyone that is not a corporation to be on this platform. This was started by people, and here's the thing, for those of you who think I'm just blowing smoke out my ass, even the creator of YouTube thinks that they're in a stupid fucking situation with the way YouTube works. The guy who actually created and sold YouTube to Google is also completely backing all the people who say that the way YouTube is set right now for advertisements and things like that is completely fucking bullshit and completely screwing over the creators more than anybody. Which, again, at the end of the day, if you're screwing over your creators, they're not making money, they're not able to get ads, you're not able to make ads, which means you're not able to make money either. Plain and simple, because less and less people will start coming to this site for that reason. Now, do I think that there's going to be anything that's going to change that? Not right now, no, unfortunately. Because at the end of the day, YouTube, as much as I hate admitting it, has a monopoly on this format. They have a monopoly on videos like this. Now, Twitch could change that. Twitch could, for sure, break that monopoly a little bit if they start making it to where you can upload actual video content without it having to be from a live stream. You have live stream VODs, yes, but there is not a... I cannot sit down, record a video like I am right now, and upload that to Twitch. As far as I know. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, if I want to upload a video to Twitch, it has to be a VOD first. I have to have streamed it on Twitch and then put it in there as a VOD so it's able to be watched whenever, but that creates another problem of not everyone wants to sit down and watch a 3-4 hour long live stream, because that's probably how long I'd be live streaming in that situation. It's just, I don't know. It's a very difficult situation right now for me with the way I do YouTube and with the way YouTube is in general, and I can't say for certain that by the end of this year that I'll still be doing YouTube content in the way I do now. I can't say for certain if I'll be doing YouTube content at all by the end of this year, because at the end of the day, I know there's things I want to do with my life, and don't get me wrong, I love recording content. I love what I put on the internet for YouTube and everything like that. I love the content I make, but there comes a time where I know that this is going to be the end of it. There's nothing I can do to continue it, because at a point it's going to be, do I focus on a YouTube channel that's struggling or my future? My future's got to come first, and that future is fast approaching. But that is going to do it for this one. Sorry I got into a very philosophical talk about YouTube in general, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Stay golden. Peace.